Hey, what's going on there, everybody? This is Sammy Legge here representing TeamJVS, here to give you guys a quick review. First two episodes, or I should say series review for Gangs of London Season 2. First two episodes have debuted officially tonight, and I have missed this show. 2020, when it released in London or UK on Sky, and then it officially went over to AMC Plus. And now it is back all over again. I mean, first off, I love Gareth Evans. And like what he did with the Raid series was amazing. But then when I saw Gangs of London, like I was like, this is amazing. Now, this one is shot a little differently. Like there are certain like scenes that the grain and the color grading is a little different. Like it's a little bit more sharper, a little bit more vibrant. But the action is still there. The gore is still there. It's definitely a continuation, but it's been a year later. And now we're trying to see where Elliot is given his investments. Let's just say that in connection with the investors. And I loved it. Like I'm in love with the first two episodes. I think that at the beginning of the first episode, the first act, I was kind of like they were adding a lot of new characters, a lot of new players. And I'm like, I mean, it's already great characters as it is. And like, they've all got a lot of animosity based on how things ended on the last episode, the ninth episode of season 1. But I mean, whether it's Yusuf, whether it is Billy, whether it is Alex, or Elliot, like any character has dirt from the first season, and they've got to deal with the blood on their hands. Literally, every single character has blood on their hands. Minus Danny, who is Miranda's, not Miranda, but Alex's sister's son. I think that he's the only innocent one in this. But the twist. Like, there's a lot of twists and turns that you don't expect. There are the endings for both the first two episodes, the endings for both, like, they hit. Especially the first episode. The first episode, I was excited. I was hyped. And I just love how they're upping the stakes. Like, you wouldn't think, like, oh, okay, it's already clear cut what it's supposed to be. But no, like, they're adding new layers to the already muddled and messed up circumstances that these characters are in. One thing is I was curious about is how they're going to handle Elliot, because they kind of put like Elliot at a certain level, and it was kind of like, how does that fit? How's that going to work? They allowed like a 1-year time gap to show like his struggle and his connection to all of this. And it's just fascinating. But then when you take like a fish out of water character, like let's use Billy, for instance, like where is Billy now? What is his mentality? Like, he got away with his sister. Sister was pregnant. So what does that do? What does that mean? We saw the last episode, you know, it looked like it was a stinger that, you know, Finn's baby mama was pregnant. She had a baby. She's still alive. What does that mean? Where is she at with all of this? Alex literally witnessed the death of basically his brother in front of him. And what does that do to him? How does that make him feel? Like all these different circumstances play into the narrative, and I love it. Even down to Eddie. Like Eddie, I mean, you call him cutthroat, so to speak, but like they put him through the ringer through certain circumstances, even in the first 2 episodes alone, because he has to be different than what he's been, because there's not that tentpole leader or person trying to take up the reins to make things different or better or cause a chaos situation to shake things up. He's having to rely on other characters, and now there's this character named Koba who is literally putting everybody in check. But there's a caveat to that, because he is under leadership of somebody else. So it's a power vacuum. The power vacuum that was created from the first season has explored into this one. But again, some of the negatives I have is that some scenes, they don't hit as well because they're not shot as well to me. I'm not sure if Gareth was connected to this all the way, or if he directed episodes, or if he's moved away from being the showrunner. But I could tell certain scenes that, you know, were kind of shot. It just didn't have that same exact flair. But when the action scenes do happen and when the tension builds, it's all there. You can feel it. So his hand is still there. It's just very different. It feels very different. The show feels very different. But it's not necessarily a negative. It's just a different show. But I'm loving where they're going with this, and I'm excited to see where they're going to go. But as far as the first 2 episodes, you don't want to miss them. I'd recommend going back and looking at episode 8 and 9, and then continue on just so you just get a refresher of everything. If you've never seen the show at all, definitely highly recommend you go and check out season 1, then check out season 2, because, oh my gosh, like the stakes and the excitement, the violence, all of it is there and in spades. It's just very different than how it is in season 1. Not saying it's better, but it's very different. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell button. If you're excited for more on Gangs of London, please let me know in the comment section below, because we would love to cover each episode individually as they're coming out as well. All right, guys. Peace.